Okay, I'm just gonna hit record regardless. Okay, I'm experimenting here. Another uncut entry is a Friday. I think this is a little bit too close. Let me back this shit up a bit. Today. Oh, this week. Yeah, man. I'm stuck. Am I stuck? I'm pretty much still pattern grading the Forge Denim Jacket. It's taken a while. I mean, I was almost finished, but then I realized I was doing it wrong. So I was sizing it up wrong. So then I decided that, yeah, you know what? I need to restart. I need to do it again. So I've digitized the base pattern, which is a size small. And then now I'm on YouTube. I'm on ChatGPT. I literally even have a book down there about, like, you know, how to pattern grade and stuff. And I was trying to figure it out literally just before filming this. I was on ChatGPT trying to figure out how you scale or pattern grade a denim jacket if it has a dart and stuff like that. Because the way I had it, I had the dart open. So when I first made the Forge Denim Jacket, I was manually drafting it, you know, on paper. And then obviously I added a dart at one point to fix a fit issue, but then I decided to keep that dart as a design language. I like the idea of a mistake becoming a signature for the Forge Denim Jacket. So that two darts at the back yoke, that was a mistake. I added those darts. It wasn't for aesthetics, it was to fix an issue, a fit issue. But then I realized, you know what, I'm gonna keep this dart because I do quite like that story, that concept where it's there because I had to fix an issue. So it's not like an aesthetic purpose. It's not like there for aesthetic purposes. There's a story behind it, and I love that about it. So I decided to keep it. But then when it's time to start digitizing it, I obviously have the pattern. Let me grab it actually. Excuse me. So here I have this is the back yoke pattern. And now, oh, it is straight. Interesting. For some reason, when I was digitizing it, the center back wasn't straight. Because when you close this gap, it will pull in the fabric this way. Oh yeah, it'll bring the two pieces together. Fuck. So then what did I... This looks right. Because the one on when I digitized it, it didn't look like this. Fuck, I think I'm just confusing myself big time. Like the back yoke, because of the dart, that's what's like making me struggle, you know, digitizing it. Oh shit. I'm just discovering this in real time, because the one on For some reason, the way I digitized this pattern and then I recorrected it or whatever, this is more angled because it took it took it it took fuck it took into account the dart that I added, because when you close that, it brings the two pieces closer. But then yeah, it shouldn't angle it off. Yeah, man, I'll figure it out after this. But I think this is the answer for my thing. Oh, yeah, this is not working the way I wanted it to work. I guess I have to run this. Hit record. Fuck's sake. Anyways. Yeah, I just wanted a different angle, but this is not it. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm still on the digitizing the fucking patterns. Oh no, I've digitized it. I'm just pattern grading it now. It's taking so fucking long because the way I'm approaching this is I can't sit down and just do it like it's doing my heading a lot. So I would take long ass breaks and then come back to it. But I think I just need to just sit down and just get this shit done and over with, so then I could start drafting it on craft paper and then pattern cut, and then I could start sewing the second order. Because I have the fabric there, like it's been there for some weeks now. But yeah, man, it's a bit long. Yeah, the whole pattern. Do I find it difficult? I don't find pattern drafting difficult, but it's the pattern grading part that's the hard part. Because the way you scale, it's not like just making it bigger, you know. You have to proportionally size it or grade it up, grade it down. So it's so that it keeps the proportions of the actual design. But yeah, I think once I get over this, then now I have that baseline of how I would pattern grade my patterns for future designs. Yeah, because when I'm doing my research on ChatGPT, it would say that most brands, they have their own grading system in a way where they have a set principle that they just apply for each sort of designs. So for me, I'm at that point where I'm figuring that out. Well, I have it already. It's just applying it. And then once I have that, then that's that sorted, and then I could just more or less copy and paste the grading scale that I'm using for the Forge Denim Jacket for any future designs. Essentially, I'm designing for my own body type, you know, because that's my point of reference, you know. So right off the back, this brand isn't for all body shapes, you know, because this is what I'm working with, you know, what I have on me, and I'm cool with that. Like the brand isn't the brand itself isn't even meant to resonate with everyone, you know. Pioneers of greatness, there's only a few that could actually It's very aspirational, but only a few can actually grasp and actually relate to it. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Little Ori is drinking. She's a bit thirsty. Come on, keep drinking. But yeah, no, I just need to get over this part because I need to push out a product and a new product this month. Do I have? I do have some designs in mind, but obviously before I could go and do that, I need to finish up this order and the whole pattern grading. But yeah, no, it's been a slow couple of weeks. But then I would say this is the biggest hurdle so far in terms of like learning, because obviously I don't have no formal training, fashion training. I have a background in architecture, and to be fair, in architecture you don't really do pattern grading. I mean, we work with CAD, so working with dimensions and scale and blah blah blah. That's nothing new to me. But sizing, no, I don't know. It's hard to explain because we never had to scale a design in architecture. Like when you design for a context, and it's already to scale. If you understand what I'm saying. But here when you're pattern grading, you design the pattern and then now you have to scale it up or scale it down depending on which base size you've chosen. And yeah, that's quite different from architecture. But still the whole principle of like the CAD and the technicalities is very similar. That's why like it doesn't phase me digitizing, pattern drafting. It's just more of like the nuance, nuisance, some shit like that of pattern grading, like the more technical bits that go into fashion. But yeah, no, that's cool. It's only hard right now because it's unfamiliar territory. But once I go through this, then I'll be like, okay, cool. The next one it'll be chill. But other than that, what else did I do this week? I think that's pretty much with Pioneers of Greatness. Most of the stuff I did this week is more on the fitness side of things. So this week is like, yeah, my third week of the lean bulk phase, and I'm towards the end of the week. And this week I've been dialing on keeping track of my daily weight and then getting the average of that, because now I'm in the lean bulk phase. Basically, it's starting to become like very disciplined and controlled. So I'm not only just tracking my calories, I'm tracking, what do you call it, my steps. So outside of gym hours, how many steps am I doing a day, and then what is my averages during the week. And then also now I'm tracking my weight daily. Back then it was just weekly weigh-ins, because when you're cutting, you don't need to be weighing yourself every day, like as long as you follow your calories, the amount of calories you're supposed to intake throughout the week, then the scale will move. But then now that I'm lean bulking, and then it's very controlled lean bulk, where I'm on very a slight surplus, so about 150 to 200 calorie surplus on top of my maintenance. So my maintenance is about 2.2k. So my target now is 2.4, 2.5k. And then obviously that's with a high protein intake and a high carb intake. And then about 67 grams of fat. Obviously for me, I have a sweet tooth, so some days the fat is very high, but then I balance it out throughout the week because it's all about the averages. And currently on my third week, actually the past 2 weeks, I've had weeks where the averages was high and then the averages were low. But then when you find the average between those 2 weeks, it balances out, and you add this week, it balances out and it's on right on target. And then also I'm expected to only put on about 0.1 to 0.25 kilograms of mass per week. So if it's any more than that, then I have to tone down the calorie intake, because the main aim with the lean bulk is to put on muscle mass and also have the least amount of fat, because usually how people bulk, well, at least the general sort of thing for like the gym community, they would have a very high calorie surplus, to the point where they're gaining a lot, like the scale is moving day by day, but then you're also putting a lot of fat, and then sometimes that fat can be mistaken for muscle mass. But now that I understand, because at one point I started this journey, I was weighing 68 kg. To be fair, at one point I was 70 kg. That was back when I was doing a dirty bulk 10 years ago. And I thought most of that was muscle mass. But when I started cutting down to 59 kg, then that's when I realized, yeah, man, most of the mass that I put on was actually fat. And sometimes, like I said, we mistake fat for muscle. Because, man, fat is distributed around your body. So it's not even, but it masks your muscle to, and then at some areas it makes your muscle look bigger than it is until you start cutting. So then when I cut down to 59 kg, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, I didn't know I actually had so much fat around my midsection, my arms, my back. And then you only start to notice that when you really cut down a lot of weight. So I keep saying, because I went from 68 to 59, so that's about 10 kg. So when you drop that much mass, you really see the difference in your body. So now I'm in the lower end of a double digit body percentage. I think I'm about like 12%. I'm definitely below 15% body fat, because without flexing I could start to see my ab definitions. I mean, there's no ridge, like a prominent ridge yet. Shh! Get down. A prominent ridge in the the center, but I can start to see separations in the abdominal area, the muscle, and even looking here at my back, arms. But yeah, but with the lean bulk, it's you're supposed to do the lean bulk when you're lean. You have to be lean in order to do a lean bulk. So that's why I went down to 59 kg. because I wanna look lean, but then also put on muscle mass. But in doing this route, the scale moves slower, and you just have to be more patient, because from even from week to week, like the scale will move very slowly, because my surplus is only 200 200 cal, compared to if you were to do like a dirty bulk where you could have your surplus up to like 800 or even 1,000 if you're really going crazy with it. So yeah, it's a very, you don't see much progress week by week, but that's when you have to really zoom out. You'll see the progress in months and years. But then I'm cool with that, because I rather do it properly and look good throughout the process. Like for me, this will be my, at the stage of the lean bulk, this will be my smallest. Like this will be, right now I'm like 60.5 kg, so that will be my lightest I'll be for this lean bulk, because the goal is 65 kg, or even go slightly over 65 kg and then do like a mini cut and get down to 65 kg with a lower body fat percentage. Because what I'm starting to realize is your body reacts to the amount of body fat percentage you have. So when I was doing my research, when people have a very low body fat percentage, like say single digit, it affects their sleep. So then, because in nature, if your body fat percent is low, then that means you're sort of starving. You know, like your body is in alert. It's like, oh, I need to hunt. I need to, feed my body this and that. That's when you have like single digit. But obviously, I'm in double digit, but in the lower end. But yeah, no, they say that they have less sleep because of it. And I have been having troubles sleeping the past few months, especially when I've been weight cutting. Yeah. So I guess that's one of those downsides of it. But I still get, seven, or now I'm trying to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So let's say, even if I end up falling asleep at 4 a.m., I'll make sure to wake up, if I wake up at 9 and then I end up just getting 5 hours sleep, then I'll try and nap somewhere in the day and get that 3 hours back. I mean, it's not ideal, but I need to start prioritizing sleep more now that I'm on a lean bulk, because that your body recovers during sleep. So that has become like a more important sort of part of the whole lean bulk process. So even with that, I would need to start tracking it. But yeah, no, what I realized is with this whole fitness shit is very disciplined, like you have to be really dialed in. I mean, you don't need to be perfect, but when you zoom out the week, your averages have to be on point, or else the lean bulk's not going to be working. It will either you'll stall it, or you'll end up gaining too much weight and then end up, putting more fat than you should. But this sort of discipline and control, I can easily transfer to other parts of my life. So whether it be, the business, building pioneers of greatness, or even like finances, like being able to track where the expenses go here and there, and then streamlining things like, oh, I don't need to be putting or spending this much on this. I should allocate it here, this and that. So it's actually quite good that I'm doing this in parallel with, building pioneers of greatness and being in this stage of my life. And yeah, I always said that 2026 is slowly shaping up to be like my year type shit, you know? Like, you know how everyone goes, oh yeah, 2025, 2024, it's my year, this and that. I mean, I've done that before. But then now that the alignment of certain aspects of my life are more aligned this year, that's why it feels a lot more like, yeah, this is my year, man. Like I said, a month ago, I got engaged, and then now I started my fitness journey back in 2025, and then now I'm starting to see the results in 2026. And then I'm actively working on Pioneers of Greatness, pushing out products every month. So I pushed out the Forge Denim Vest last month, and then now I'm going to be working on something else this month. And yeah, man, it's, even though like the finances and money part isn't quite there yet, but then everything else, like money always lags, you know? So I'm cool with that. As long as all these parts of my life are in alignment and steadily moving, then that money, the finances and everything, that's all gonna fall into place. But yeah, no, this video is running a little too long now. It's about like 30 minutes, approaching 30 minutes. But yeah, no, that's pretty much what I've done up this week. Hopefully next week I would have completed this silly pattern grading thing and then move on to the next shit. But yeah, that's everything, man. I'm out. Peace. How the fuck do I stop this?